Joe Rizzo here with the coach, Jeremy Jacobus, one more time as the Rockets bow out of the Maha playoffs, a 1-0 loss to Snyder. As we knew it was going to be a close game because every time the Rockets and Snyder played this year, it was nip and tuck, and you end up with a chance at the end there. You get the goalie out, but just couldn't get one past their netminder, and so the season's in the books.
It is. Played this team a bunch of times, and you're right, it was tie or one-goal games every time. And I think when you play a team this many times and you get the better of them most of the time, you never know when they're going to turn the tables on you. And 2.5 periods without a goal, 0-0 game. I knew it was going to be a one-goal game today, and I think we ran into a team that wanted it a little more than we did.
So you finished the season playing pretty much your best hockey at this point. You have a signature win right in this building last weekend over the Adirondack North Stars, a very good team. And you figured maybe you had a chance to build a little bit of momentum. They certainly played well, but when you step back and you look at this group now together for the final time, maybe you could just give a little bit of overview about where you started and where you finished.
Oh yeah, I think we took giant steps as far as team development goes, throughout the organization in the girls' side. So I'm proud of the girls where they have come to today. And you mentioned last weekend we played some really good hockey here, and today another hard-fought battle. Not a lot of space out there to work with. Very tight, contested game. So again, no surprise that we finished this way, but I'm proud of the girls. They've come along pretty good. Our locker room was really strong. We're going to lose a few players. We're going to gain a few players moving forward, and I think we're going to be a little bit busy over the spring and summer as well.
So overall, a lot of coaches, a lot of organizations, maybe even at this level, at the U19, they just stress wins, losses, but is that your measurement of a successful season?
Absolutely not, because many of the games that we played during the season were highly competitive. I mean, we were in a lot of one-goal and two-goal games. Of course, somebody gets the win, and the standings reflect that. But when I look at the standings and where we sit and the games that we played, if you're just an outsider looking at those stats, you could probably gain a different synopsis about the whole thing. But to me, being on the bench and seeing the girls and where we started from and how we came through the season, I think we've developed nicely, and the girls that are going to hang around are going to continue to develop. And as far as wins and losses go, on a one-goal game, somebody has to be a winner, someone has to be the loser. Today, the script flipped, and this is where we are. So I'm okay with it.
At the end of the game, I tried to mention the girls, and I got each of them by name as they were coming off the ice, and your coaches as well. Talk to me a little bit about the support that you've had this season from Paul Landstrom, Henry Lee, and Walt Radishevsky.
Yeah, there's not enough time here in this interview to say everything I feel, but total support from those guys. Looks like, from what I can see, we're probably going to have a very similar coaching staff next season, but these guys here, they step up. Everybody steps up for one another when they can't be here, and everybody's covering for each other, and we're in the group text probably 5 or 6 days a week, every week during the season. So I love these guys for the support, and you too, Joe Rizzo. We love what you do here too, and what everybody else pitches in as well to make this all possible.
Well, and I'd like to take a moment to thank you and the coaches as well for I guess at the high level you'd call it access. Maybe at this level you call it trust. I mean, listen, we all have daughters on the team, and
That's
there's
right.
a little bit that sometimes goes into that could be a little more, but I think that you guys enable me to do a little bit better job. And I got to say, I get many more accolades from doing this than I ever did from coaching, and I did that. Coaching, they couldn't get me out of there fast enough, so I don't want to switch places, I don't think, at this point, unless you need me. If you need me, I'm always willing there to
we know you're available for
up.
the call-up. So.
To step up. So I'm sure that at this point, this is usually when Coach
Hey
Paul
guys, how's it going
Landstrom
today?
decides to meander in.
Don't lean in, just come in.
and there he is.
Guys, it's a little sad, but I went to a funeral home on the way in, find out about, when the time passes for me, and I was thinking about cremation and putting my ashes in a glass urn. Remains to be unseen.
That's good. That's good. Hey, one more second here, Coach Paul. Joe Rizzo was just asking about the support level of the coaching staff and the volunteers around the organization. Can you say a few words about that, please?
The support I'm really impressed. There's a lot of programs that you go to, and they're constantly about winning, and they're not focused on making sure that the kids are enjoying themselves. They're about winning. And this group, and even with the 16, while we struggle a little bit on the scoreboard, I'll tell you, we never had any quit in the kids. The kids all showed up, and that's a big plus from the parents that are helping them, bringing them to the rink at different times, not running the programs down, working with us on it. I'm really happy with little things like even Joe Rizzo's announcing and everything, where extended family members are keeping the kids engaged. It's all great stuff that we're doing. I'm really looking forward to next year with this. I know a lot of the kids are too, so it's all good stuff, and I wish I could be making it up because, I like to make jokes. But that, I'm very serious about.
Talk actually a little bit, Paul, about what you saw from the 16s level as a 30,000-foot overview from where you started to where you finished. Of course, you end up in a 3-2 loss to the Titans earlier in the day, a hard-fought game. It goes pretty much like this one, right?
Yeah,
there was one late goal that ends up deciding it, but looks like there was a lot of improvement, and I was fortunate enough to be able to do a lot of those games as well.
Yeah, it was. A lot of these kids, I'll start with our goalie, Molly, who played for us today at the 16 level. Molly is a first-year goalie. She showed up with little to no experience, and she is a great example of the dedication of working hard. She did it throughout the season. She did it on her own time. She got involved with her high school hockey. She kept doing it, and she got better and better, and then as often is the case of life, when the bell rings, are you ready to go in? And she was. But it's not just Molly. There's so many other kids that did that same thing, where they worked on their own and they kept improving, and there's no way. I mean, I've seen teams improve before as the season goes on, but that group from where they started, because you're asking for a big overview, that group from where they started was very tough in the division. A lot of times we were getting beat up hard, and by the end of the season, we were competitive deep into games. I was very happy with their progress throughout the season.
Okay. Anybody else to thank? Miss Jamie and the Girls on Fire program?
Absolutely. That's another successful program as far as I'm concerned, and Miss Jamie's been a big part of the Rockets organization now for a few years, and we certainly appreciate everything she does. I just want to go back to something the coach said about players working it out and getting better on their own. I've seen a lot of positive effort, especially from the kids that were a little bit lower on the roster than some others. Yep. They've really been working hard, and he mentioned Molly. I think Molly's one of the most improved kids of the season, to be honest. And that attitude, even from Molly getting better and showing how she's getting better, has transpired to other girls as well. So
yep.
I'm very excited about moving forward.
I am.
With this group.
Yep.
Okay. We will move forward. If you like what you see, including the best of Coach Paul's jokes, which we might have to make in a separate video.
That was a good one, by the way.
Then hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time we come on live or we upload content like this, then you will get an alert. But mostly, I just want to say thank you to you two gentlemen especially, and also as you representatives of the girls and the parents as well. It's my honor. It's a privilege and a pleasure that I get to do this and share it with everybody else. So
we're very lucky to have you, Joe Rizzo. Not every organization has anything like this at all, and as a matter of fact, this is really good stuff, and we appreciate you.
I just want you guys to understand.
We got another one. You got to stay in here.
The glass urn you can see through. I don't know if you got that part. So if I'm cremated and put in the glass urn, and I do that, it might be something unusual. But as of now, it remains unseen.
If they have to explain the joke, then you might not have gotten it. But the only way to get it is to subscribe and hit the alerts button.
That's right.
One more time. For the coach, Jeremy Jacobus, and the coach, Paul Landstrom, this is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching. New Jersey Rockets.
Joe, did I
Girls
tell you-
hockey.